The dog ate my homework. My little sister spilled her milk on my work, and I can't turn it in now. We all grew up dreading homework, and admittedly it wasn't our favorite pastime in the evening when we could be enjoying sports, family activities, or just downtime after a long, busy day at school. How often has it actually been contemplated, though? Is homework really necessary, and how much is enough? Research suggests that the large amounts of homework being assigned to students is unnecessary because it does not improve performance and is causing higher stress levels and illnesses in our students. There have been several studies, one of which by Valerie Strauss in 2012, that prove that homework, especially in the kindergarten through the 8th grade years, does not reflect in higher standardized test scores and shows little to no increase in better subject grades. Also, more than 2 hours of homework per night is being shown to cause high stress levels, loss of sleep, antisocial behavior, and illness in students of all ages, as studied by Chris Parker of Stanford University. To begin this discussion, I'd like to present to you the consequences regarding high amounts of homework and test scores. 2+ hours of homework given per night to most students below 12th grade is not proving to be beneficial towards higher standardized test scoring, nor is it proving to raise grades. Alfie Kohn is an important figure in the education field and is a highly publicized author of 11 books regarding the state of the United States schools. His research has proven that 2+ hours of nightly homework provides very low increases, if at all, in the testing programs that have been standardized by our public school systems. Surprisingly, only about 1/3 of all school districts have actual homework policies in place. Teachers in these districts are only occasionally using these policies when assigning homework anyway, according to Mary Moeller of Parents Magazine. Homework is commonly being assigned based on the teacher's concern of meeting the state's curriculum goals of the particular grade they are teaching, or possibly their own judgment centered on the dynamics of the class itself. Moeller went on to write also that more than 90 minutes per night of homework at the middle school level is actually showing a drop in the state and federal test scores that these teachers are so concerned about. In the 1980s, the Nation at Risk report was introduced, and it proved that Americans' students were way behind other leading countries, especially in reading. This set a panic in our education system, and it put pressure on teachers to assign more in and out of the classroom. Then in 2002, the No Child Left Behind Act was implemented, which increased homework amounts even more. There are pressures on teachers to meet the standards set by these programs, and the standards cannot always be thoroughly and appropriately taught in the time allotted of the school day. And then it's assigned to go home. Now layer that with the 6 or 7 other teachers that our students are visiting throughout their normal school day, and you can imagine that 4+ hours of homework on any given night is very common. Moving on to just how emotional and physical stress that these 2+ hours of homework every night might be causing, I turned to this graph done in 2006 by the Center for Disease Control. These sources at the bottom are extremely varied. Anywhere from litter in the neighborhood to older siblings, younger siblings, nosy neighbors. But if you look here at schoolwork, the amounts of experiencing stress sometimes or often, or worrying about stress sometimes or often, is very high at over 75% rate. Large amounts of nightly homework is causing higher stress levels as well as various stress-related illnesses in students of all grades. In another recent study from Stanford's Chris Parker, 56% of students in a survey of highly privileged schools think homework is their most dominant cause of stress. When you take into account all of the other things that today's students are exposed to and all of the pressures to succeed, this statistic really puts into perspective just how much stress-related illnesses are on the rise. According to Parker, students also complained of sleep deprivation, weight loss, and stomach issues due to the overabundance of homework that is their focus night after night. As well as stress, loss of friendships and family time, a decrease in pursuing interests such as hobbies and sports, are also common effects of so much focus on schoolwork and the downtime of the evenings. Chronic stress can lead to panic, paralysis, and a lifetime of illnesses. Again, research suggests that the large amounts of homework being assigned to students is unnecessary because it does not improve performance and it is causing higher stress levels and illnesses in our students. The 2+ hours of homework given per night to most students is not proving to be beneficial towards higher standardized testing, nor higher grades in general either. The large amount of homework being given to our children on a nightly basis is simply too much. Teachers are battling with curriculums to meet and goals of scores for standardized testing. 3+ hours of homework disrupts family life, extracurricular activities such as hobbies and sports, and introduces a plethora of physical and emotional illnesses in our children. What can parents do? Look for the signs of insomnia, loss of friends or interests, or any physical illnesses that seem continual. Seek out your school's homework policies, if any, and pursue changes as necessary. Check in with fellow parents and look for similar patterns or frustrations in assignments. Talk to the teacher or school board as needed and make changes. Homework is given to review and strengthen lessons taught earlier in the day. Take note of what is being assigned and its level of appropriateness and its time constraints. It's up to you. You are the parent. Your child depends on your integrity for their overall health and emotional state. Stand up for your child. Are there any questions?
Yes, what if any guidelines or rules are there to follow as a suggestion to the teacher regarding how much homework should be sufficient?
Very good question. There is a 10-minute rule. Most teachers are familiar with its research, and it has proven to be very sufficient in review of work from that school day. For every grade, starting with first, there should be approximately 10 minutes of homework given per night. For instance, a 5th grade child should have 50 minutes max of homework per any given evening. Any other questions?
Yes, what exactly should homework entail?
Homework should be age and task appropriate, based on the attention spans of the child it's assigned to. For example, a research project involving studying and research over weeks at a time and taking notes is more appropriate for the older students with a longer attention span and more mature organizational and planning skills. Also, homework should offer interest in things outside of the classroom, like a trip to a museum or a special event. Parents Magazine's Mary Moeller has written some great insight on these subjects. Any other questions?
I have one more. What if I address the concern of too much homework discreetly with my child's teacher and nothing happens?
Strength in numbers. Round up fellow disgruntled parents. Take homework surveys and have your statistics as evidence. Recruit parents who are willing to take the topic to your local school board to share their stories. Promote not only a consistent homework policy, but one that will be reviewed regularly in the classroom. Thank you very much.